Hello, everyone. Today, I wanted to talk about a topic that's come up in recent days, but in reality, I get asked this question all the time. What am I talking about? Screen time. And what do I mean by screen time? I mean time that your child spends on a computer, on a tablet, watching TV, or dealing with the phone. That's what I mean by screen time. So years ago, there used to be this controversy about people who would use the TV as a babysitter. So what would happen is, parents, as always, were busy with many different daily tasks. It's important to engage in cooking, cleaning, doing all these different activities, and of course, these activities are time consuming. And at the same time, they have to take care of this little one who is also consuming a great amount of time and attention. So what would happen at that point? So years ago, before the phone, the tablet, or the computer, parents would just sit the child on a couch or in a chair and say, "Here, watch this TV program." Hence the advent of all these educational programs, and we know some of them, right? Like Sesame Street, for example, Blue's Clues, all these different educational programming that was on TV, just kind of like catering to this need, the need of parents having to engage in different tasks and having to deal with children at the same time that demanded their attention. Of course, it wasn't good then, and it's not good now for children to engage in programming for hours at a time, for many hours during the day. So what can we do? We can't have a world that doesn't have, especially not in the more modern world, and especially not in developed countries, right? We cannot have a world where a child cannot participate in TV choices or participate in computers or tablets or even the phone. These days, it's actually quite important for children to understand and maneuver different devices, be in front of a computer, be in front of a tablet or a phone. However, it is also extremely important that we as adults have control of how much time our children are spending in front of those screens. And why is that? Because screens tend to make children not rely on anyone else. Society, communities and people, we're social beings. And we need to interact with other people, with other children, with other, with other animals, with other people and communities to be able to have a social life. And this is important for us to understand what interaction means. When a child is in front of a device 24/7 or for many, many hours of the day, that gets diminished, and there is no need to engage with another human being. For example, there's no need to engage with another child. If there's engagement with another child, it's going to happen on a screen, and it's not real engagement. The give and take is not there. There is no delay of gratification. Usually a device, and we can get into this later, but a device offers immediate feedback, and life is not exactly like that. We need to understand how interactions work. And being in front of a device all the time is not a good way to teach your child to interact and to develop a very, very critical skill that's called joint attention. So what can we do? We want to we want to give our children the opportunity to deal with devices because they live in a world where devices are going to be there every day. So they have to be used to dealing with computers, tablets, phones, the like, you name it. Like in the past, they had to get used to being in front of a TV. We just don't want that for them all the time. So what do? There are two things that are important. Number one, you have to make that device contingent upon something. So the device itself, say it's the phone. Your child loves the phone. Your child loves to be on YouTube. You're on YouTube right now. So it's fine. It's okay for your child to be on YouTube. However, do we want them to be on YouTube for 10 hours at a time or 10 hours of a day? No. We want them to be on YouTube or in any other program for a limited number of hours, a limited number of minutes even. How do we do this? We can make a contingent upon something. For example, we can say, we're going to play with this sorter, this pegboard, this puzzle, and we're going to play with these things for half an hour. After you and I play with these things, you get 5 minutes of a program. Let's just say ABC Mouse. That brings me to the next point. What do we want on the screen? So the content of what we show children on the screen is also very important. We have to monitor what our children see on that screen. Do we want anything on that screen? No, we want to make sure that the content that they see on that screen is educational and that they take something away from it. I mentioned ABC Mouse because it's a tried and true program that's been out there for years, and the parents that I've worked with have used it to excellent reviews. So I can drop a link if you want down here, and you can take a look at it. You can try it for 30 days. I think they have a 2-month trial for $5 if you want to try it. You could just use it for 2 months and then cancel it. You know how that works. Or 30 days and cancel it. Again, same thing, just don't forget to cancel. But you can try it and see if it works. But just show them something that's educational. Make sure that you monitor the content that they see online. Okay? So 2 things. Number 1, you make sure that the amount of time is controlled by you. And number 2, you make sure that you monitor the content of the programming that they see on the screen. Okay, so you let me know how you do this week with screen time, and please feel free to drop me any comments, questions, and I will make sure to answer them as soon as I can. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.